Hello everyone, I'm back again with more Slay the Princess. Last time, we encountered a real nightmare and had a moment of clarity. And so, without further ado, let's get to it. So, two things that we haven't done, three things technically, would be grabbing the knife and then saving the princess, or not grabbing the knife and slaying the princess when we get a knife to our hands. And we also haven't turned around left, but yeah. So I think what I will do is okay, I have a plan. I'll see you all at the cabin. Alright, so as I said, we're not taking the blade, and just, yeah.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated.
Continue down the stairs.
Good. You're still listening to reason. It would be better if you had a weapon, but you may still be able to do what needs to be done. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
I'll see what I can do. Because this is all content we've seen.
You're only making this more difficult.
Shut up. So I'm just gonna skip through the stuff we've seen. Okay, so I think last time I asked this. Not sure. No, I don't remember. No, I asked that. So I'll ask this, or say this. I'm going to check upstairs. Maybe the key's still lying around somewhere up there. And if not, maybe I can at least find something to break you free.
Okay, I'll be here. Good luck.
No content.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Right, this old trick we've seen.
Is someone
before.
else here?
Return to the bottom of the stairs. Yeah.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom?
Alright. Yeah. So I've selected Save the Princess. I don't know if this will give me a different route. Because there is the possibility that when I cut her free and then I start slaying her, when the narrator takes control over me, that'll be different than slaying her now. But we'll see. What was it? F5? Yeah. Quick save, and we'll see what happens.
Without hesitation, you bring the blade down and plunge it into the princess's back. Finally.
New content.
The wound drives her to the ground. Okay. There's no going back now. I'm with you to the end.
You bastard. Were you lying to me this whole time?
Yes.
The princess pushes away from you, the motion ripping the blade from her back.
Oh, she's up.
Wounded, but still alive, she crouches on all fours in the corner of the room and meets your eyes with the ferocity of a cornered predator.
Well, I mean, you're wounded twice. You're gonna bleed out soon enough.
You've made a terrible enemy, and there's nothing in the world that can possibly save you from me.
I thought we had the upper hand, but it's as if she's barely even threatened by us.
Oh.
It's an act. She's wounded and unarmed. There's nothing she can do to hurt you.
I hope so.
I'm not so sure. Don't waver now. As you ready your blade to deliver a lethal blow, she lunges at your legs with the same animal ferocity she used to tear at her arm.
Oh.
Your knife cuts into her again and again as you're tackled to the ground, your body racked with pain as she rips into you with tooth and claw. Forget about trying to rescue her. This is about survival now. Give her everything you've got.
Oh. Slay the princess.
Though your nerves are seizing with pain, you know you've done your fair share of damage as well, your blade having left deep gashes in the princess's back. You seize a moment of hesitation to throw her off of you and shakily push yourself back to your knees. We can still turn this around.
Yeah, I mean, this is very winnable. Oh, I give up and I finish the job. I want to know what happens when I give up, but I also want to know what happens when I finish the job. I have a quick save going. We can see this route to the end. Well, I already set out the whole... Alright.
You steel your resolve and take another step closer to the princess. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can still make sure that she won't make it out of here either. Excuse me? What is about not making it out of here alive? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone in this room is still standing right now. Don't act so surprised. Can you not feel all those gashes and holes pulling you apart? If the princess doesn't do you in here, blood loss is certain to finish the job.
Well, I mean, we can see who dies first. That's a thing.
You take another step forward, and the princess lunges towards you. The two of you enter one last exchange, a flurry of blade and claw and fleshy ribbons, and then you stop. Neither you nor princess able to go any further. You collapse on the ground, and the princess collapses beside you. Blood pools around you both, and you watch each other fade away.
After all this time alone, I thought I'd finally found a friend, but you were just another monster, weren't you?
Sorry.
Silence as the room starts to get fuzzy around you.
Oh. Nothing personal, it's just...
You've paid a terrible price, but you've saved us all. It's over.
If you think this is it, you're sorely mistaken. One way or another, I'll make sure you pay for this.
I really made an enemy.
But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Well, that's it then. That's the game. Chapter 2. The Witch.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
But I already slew the princess. Sure, she also killed me, but I definitely got her. Why am I here again?
I can assure you that you didn't slay her and that she didn't kill you. People don't just spring back to life after dying, and the two of us are meeting for the very first time. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Maybe.
Brilliant. We need to keep our cards close to our chest, and I'm not sure we can trust him.
Opportunist! Hey! We've seen your moment of clarity, but welcome to the crew.
You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me.
We'll figure something out.
Did I say I'm not sure we can trust him? Slip of the tongue, bit of the old brain fog. I meant to say that we should probably head over to the cabin and slay that princess. We already know we can't trust her, so let's get on with the show.
That's one way of doing it. Yeah, I already did that. Actually, no, we have Opportunist. That's gonna be new content. Let's assume I'm telling the truth and all of this already did happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. We were just weighing our options in a morally ambiguous situation. You can't blame us for weighing our options.
I mean, yeah, we did what you asked us. We deceived her, pulled a trick from her own deck.
We did our best with the information we were given, and we did kill her.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And yet you still died, didn't you? So congratulations, you've been given another chance to actually do this right.
Alright.
And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We killed the princess killed us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely?
Well, I mean, even if we were transported to different worlds, she's dead. I don't think she can do much world ending as a corpse. Actually, maybe she can from what we've seen.
Had you failed to slay the princess, what would have happened to everyone in the place you left?
Oh, that's attention to detail. Yeah. Okay. I really thought he would have said that what happened to the place I left the princess. But,
That's a very good point. This princess character seems like a lot of trouble, and if you think about it, actually slaying her probably breaks us out of this cycle, right? We don't want to be stuck here forever, do we?
I mean, yeah, probably not.
You're laying it on a little thick, aren't you? Laying it on a little thick? What are you talking about? I'm sharing my honest opinions. What matters is that almost everyone seems to be on the same page. So whenever you're ready, you can stop dawdling, get to the cabin, and save the world.
On it. Well, I think I already did all those. So yeah, let's proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. Don't worry, I think we've taken that lesson to heart at this point. You can trust us to get the job done.
Yep, it's all gonna go well. Proceed into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is a mess of twisted roots. The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happened to resemble a room. The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Damn, that's wildly different.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
That's so many options. Hold on. You didn't say anything about the mirror at the wall.
That's because there isn't a mirror. There's the muddy shelf, the blade sitting on the muddy shelf, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
Pretty sure there's a mirror.
There's definitely a mirror. But he says there isn't one. That's got to count for something, right?
I trust my eyes. Why would he lie about there not being a mirror? What's the point? I think they did minor tweaking to the lines. Definitely there wasn't a it doesn't matter. Or that may be a thing that came from me playing, being on I don't know which loop. But still, I think they changed because there was the end of everything update. So I think those were different.
Come on now, he's pretty much in charge here. When have authority figures ever lied about anything? If there were a mirror in this cabin and we were supposed to look at it, he would have told us about it.
Alright, buddy.
Exactly. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? That you waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done?
I don't know, man, but it's here. Do I wanna? Yeah, okay. This whole cabin is from the last time. Probably new dialogue.
Very different.
Yeah, like crazy.
Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess.
You're gonna find out.
So focus up. A lot's riding on this.
Approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny.
Wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. Well, at least we can all agree now that there's nothing to see here. Case closed. Good work, everyone.
At least you've got a positive way of thinking. Let's take the blade.
You take the blade from the shelf. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Well, if we're grabbing a weapon, we should probably keep it hidden behind our backs. She doesn't have to know we have it.
Smart.
That's not actually a bad idea.
Entered the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots that hang like locks of tangled hair. The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw waiting to swallow you up into the earth.
Wow.
The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
That is a lot of descriptions. Wow.
Her voice skitters up from below.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite.
Probably? Nah. Hello.
I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path. I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
Sorry about that.
See? She knows us. Is this enough for you to believe what we've been saying? Maybe, but you shouldn't let that cloud your judgment. She's just a princess. As long as you remember that and remain focused, slaying her will be easy. She seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole situation.
Hopefully.
You can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions?
I mean, yeah.
Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk?
They're really bickering.
You need to stop lingering. Your task is to slay the princess, not endlessly debate about what to do with the princess.
Name drop. I mean, maybe she'll die herself. You know, this doesn't look like a very suitable living conditions, but whatever.
Fine, fine. You're the boss. Thank you. You descend the basement steps, entering the dark room below. You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
You look very catty.
And there you are, one hand tucked away behind your back, gripping that sharp, sharp blade, no doubt.
No.
That's no fair. How would she know that?
So, we've dropped the pretenses. Good.
Oh.
She's acting like she already knows you. I guess what you said back in the woods really was true.
Why would I be lying?
That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great at it. So, you really don't remember us, do you? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true.
Alright.
You fought us on it back in the woods.
You didn't know.
That was when the only perspectives we had were yours and mine. I'm just glad we could put all this behind us.
Great.
Is it all behind us? Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now, so I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay her.
Alright.
Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where everyone's happy.
I mean, she wants to kill us. We have a voice in our head that tells us to kill her. Mutual suicide?
Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
I'm sorry about last time.
Ooh, smart. Let's apologize, get us back on the right foot.
This is a bastard, man. Like, wow.
Oh, you're sorry. Isn't that nice? You're such a gracious little monster.
Thanks.
If you're sorry, then let me out of here. Prove it.
Alright. I get the sense that you're not happy to see me. Or happy with me.
Is that a joke? Do you think a joke will charm my trust back? You'll have to try harder than that.
Well, worth a shot. We both died last time. Can't bygones be bygones?
You were the one who stabbed me in the back when I was still in chains. A dirty little thing like you doesn't get to decide when all is fair.
Well, alright. So, we're at an impasse. Neither of us are gonna get anywhere if we can't trust each other, unless you want to fight. But I don't want to fight.
Just because I'll never trust you doesn't mean I won't use you to get what I want. The cabin lets prying little beasts like you come as you please, but it insists I stay where I am.
I wonder why.
If I'm to leave, I'm to leave with you, and you alone.
Alright. I guess I'll... What? I don't know what to pick. I don't want to hurt you, but clearly there's some broken trust. Take this as a gesture of my goodwill. Give her the blade.
You can't be serious.
Sorry, man, it's locked in now.
Now, hold on. We should put this to a vote. The blade is one of our most valuable assets. We can't just give it to her. What if she uses it to kill us?
I think she can
I
kill.
vote no.
I think she can kill us without the blade. It won't do much.
As do I.
Alright.
I, abstain?
You can't just abstain.
You abstain. She's going to kill us if we give it to her.
Oh, this isn't a democracy. We're giving her the blade.
You're going to get everyone killed. You know that, right? But of course you do.
Look, man, content.
You toss the blade at the princess's feet. She eyes it with suspicion before kneeling down to pick it up.
I wouldn't have done that. Why did you?
Well, I have my reasons.
You hear a clanging of metal against the dirt floor, and the chains fall from the princess's wrist.
That was a trick. Alright.
She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart. It's a shame we just gave her a weapon, because if I were her, I'd use it on us right now. Luckily for us, you're not her.
Luckily.
Oh, we sure think alike, though. I can promise you that. Whatever you say next, you better make it count. She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face.
What do you think happens now?
I die. Everything goes dark, and I die. It's... You're beautiful. That's... Oh... That's up to you. It's why I gave you the blade. I chose last time and I regret it. So now it's your time to choose.
Her shoulders tense and her eyes dart away.
This is another trick. You're trying to sow doubt, but it's not going to work on me.
I'm not.
And then she buries the blade in your heart.
Alright. That was vital. Cat face.
What? No. No, come on, that's not right.
We're dead.
I told you. I told you this is what she was going to do.
Right.
Glee dances across her face as you fall to the ground.
I did it. I got you. You...
The princess seems to tremble, her smile fading quickly, replaced with concern. Her nervous eyes brim with tears.
Oh. Regrets get into you.
Why? Why did you let me do this?
But you don't have the strength to respond, nor do you have the time. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Well, this is... Chapter 3. The Thorn. Past life gambit. Hand your power to a suspicious
You're
character.
on a path in the woods. She stabbed us. She actually stabbed us. Of course she stabbed us. We gave her the blade, which, I might add, I voted against.
Look.
But the whole point was that she wasn't supposed to do that. The whole point of giving her the blade was to break the cycle of violence, and she just killed us anyway.
We can try this time.
I guess it really doesn't matter if she killed us though, right? We're back here, which means that everything's fine, or fine adjacent.
Doesn't look very fine.
Maybe she won't be as keen to betray us this time. We've already proven to her that we can change. Maybe that's all it'll take to show her that there's another way to do things. You know, maybe you're right. In which case, I suppose the only thing to do is to get back to the cabin and give it another try.
Yeah, it's the only thing we can really do.
Give what another try exactly? You are aware I've been listening to you, right?
Yeah.
Like that changes anything. We all know the game is rigged. It doesn't even matter if she's nice this time. I'm sure he'll find a way to turn us against each other. Great, so you've obviously been here before, since you apparently died at least once. Twice, actually.
Yeah.
Sure. Twice. Then I'll spare you the little introduction I had planned. You already know about the princess, and clearly you already know that she's dangerous. So don't muck this up. It's bad enough that this isn't your first time through.
This place is different. It keeps changing.
Wonderful. If the woods themselves are changing, then that's all the more reason for you to take this seriously. It would mean your grip on things is slipping, which, in turn, likely means her influence is spreading. Someone's in the know. I've had enough of these annoying little secrets. If you want us to do this, you have to let us in on your game already. All of your game.
Yeah. Also cheated. I didn't even realize. But yeah, he's new.
I've already said too much. The more information you have, the more difficult your task will be. Don't listen to her, definitely don't free her, and if you can, don't even think about her.
It's very hard to not think about a person you're supposed to slay. We're going to free her.
Please don't.
It's locked in.
I'm with him. If our previous encounters have taught us anything, it's that freeing her is a bad idea.
People can grow.
Let's just see how the wind blows. I'm not opposed to saving her, but let's not rule anything out just yet. Let's see what she has to say.
I think she would want to be freed.
Stop sitting on the fence and pick a side already. We don't need you waffling when things get hairy.
I totally forgot the hero.
I've already picked a side. Our side. I'm here to make sure that whatever happens, we wind up on top.
Thanks for that.
Because that's worked out great so far. Well, we're not out of the game yet, are we? And again, I'll have you know, I wouldn't have gotten us killed last time. I wanted to stab her in the back, not hand over our precious backstabbing implement.
Fair. That was kind of on me. Screw cabin. What happens if we just leave? No matter what happens next, it seems... Okay. Screw the cabin. What happens if we just leave?
She gets out is what happens. Maybe not right away, but eventually. And a world that's doomed tomorrow is just as bad as a world that's doomed today.
Huh.
I'm not sure I buy that. Everything has to end eventually. If it takes years to get out of there and supposedly end the world, then we've bought everyone that time, and all without having to murder anybody in the process. Not that she's innocent, but murder is unpleasant and risky. It could be a better solution for everyone.
It could be.
You're here to permanently end the threat she poses. You're not here to temporarily postpone it.
Well, I mean, if she becomes happy and, you know, maybe doesn't want to end the world, that's also a way of ending the threat. You sure seem to be taking the whole looping thing in stride.
What do you want me to say? It's bad that you've been here before. It's bad for you, it's bad for me, and it's especially bad for the world. The more times you run through this, the more likely it is that you'll fail. You've already failed twice. So you knew this could happen. Theoretically, sure, I knew this could happen, but I was supposed to be the first. I'd really rather not get into it. Great! Not even he really seems to get what's going on. If the guy who goes around acting like he knows all the rules doesn't even know how this works, what's the point in listening?
Fair. Yeah, I mean, fair point. Why should we listen to the narrator?
Then we can all move on and forget what I said about failure. It's important that you believe in yourself, and the fact you're here probably means that you still have a chance to pull this off and save the world. My world, at least. It sounds like you've probably doomed a couple of others already.
No, at least one, because, you know, one of them will kill the princess.
I need to stop talking. Think happy thoughts.
Alright, like puppies, kitties, definitely not this place. No matter what happens next, it seems like all our answers are in the cabin. Let's see this through. Proceed to the cabin.
It isn't long before you find yourself at the base of the cabin. I think it's clear where everyone stands at this point. I don't know if I'd say everyone. Are you talking about me? I have a position. It's a good one too.
Maybe reveal it?
Ignore him, he's just talking for talking's sake. My position is the only one that matters. You know what you have to do.
Bit narcissistic. Well, but I do know what I have to do. Proceed into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is hardly an interior at all anymore. The burned out ruins merely suggest the shape of the structure that once stood here, charred wood still reeking of ash. But beneath it lies the fresh smell of spring growth after rain, the promise of new life in the wreckage of the old.
Always in chapter 3, the mirror is in the way. Why?
The only furniture of note is the crisp shell of what was once a table. A pristine... Wait, this isn't right. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade?
And in half of them, there's no blade.
We gave it to her last time. She can't still have it, can she?
No way.
Well, it's not here. And if she has it...
We might be screwed.
Let me guess. You want to get all chummy with her. Look, as far as I see it, if it's between him and her, I say we side with the one who has the weapon. It's just the smart thing to do. I wouldn't be so hasty. I'm sure the blade will turn up somewhere. She can't have it. That's not how this is supposed to work.
And how would you know that? Like, doesn't really seem clear. Anything doesn't.
Of course we don't get to make a choice about the blade. Every single time we come back here, something has to be different.
How do we even get down there? The only thing I see is that mirror.
You're right, the mirror is back. There isn't anywhere for us to go.
We can leave.
But there isn't a mirror. I still don't get his angle here. Seems like whatever we do, he's always going to say it isn't there. He's either a liar, or he doesn't hold all the cards. But I think we already knew it had to be one of those.
Yeah. Maybe both.
So, is the door to the basement behind the mirror? I promise you there isn't a mirror, and there isn't a door to the basement. The entrance is more of a burned out frame than anything else, and it's right there on the far side of the room. Do you really not see it?
Yeah, we don't. Approach the mirror.
You step forward and approach the scorched entryway leading to the basement, hesitating before you begin the descent. It went away when we touched it last time. Not that this place always follows the same rules.
Yeah, but this mirror seems to be consistent. It has not changed once. Wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and wave your hand through the hollow entrance leading to the basement. You really thought there was a mirror there, didn't you? That can't be good. As if things weren't unpredictable enough. Figures. Well, seems like the only way to go is forward, isn't it?
Yeah, or down.
Yes, that's where everything tends to be. Let's just put on a good face and have our wits about us.
Enter the basement.
You step through the frame of scorched wood and make your way into the darkness below. The stairs to the basement are covered in a fine layer of gritty ash. The air still feels warm, as if the fires that ruined this place had only recently been extinguished. Yet fresh shoots of thorny branches are already weaving themselves through the soot-covered earth of the walls around you. Their spines point courteously down towards the basement, so you're able to brush past their jagged points with ease, at least on the way down. But you don't need to think about the way back up just yet. That's a matter for after the world's been saved.
This is weird.
I'd say this feels like a trap, but you practically said as much. Yet you still want us to keep going.
Just narrate us out of there?
They're only thorns. I'd say getting a few scratches in exchange for the lives of everyone in existence is a fair trade. I'm sure you'll manage.
Will do.
Her voice, worn down by pain and suspicion, hobbles up the stairs.
I can't get away from you, can I? We kill each other and you come back. You let me kill you and you come back.
She sounds tired of this.
I don't know why you let me do that. I don't know what you want from me.
I don't know what I want. I never really chose to come here.
I think you know how this goes. I'm down here and I can't leave. So, come down and talk. It's not like I can stop you.
Proceed down the stairs.
You continue down the basement stairs, brushing past the smooth edges of thorns that grow more and more plentiful as you make your way forward. You step out into what was once a vast open cavern, now overrun by briars and prickles and thistles, the space thick with hostile vegetation. At the heart of it all, encased in a tight weave of vines, is the princess, her bloody, trembling hands clutching a pristine blade.
She has it. She doesn't look good.
Did you know this was going to happen to me? Are you here to watch me suffer? Are you here to laugh?
Not even in the slightest. I can cut you free, but you have to give me the blade.
And I'm supposed to believe it's safe in your hands? That you aren't just saying what you need to say in order to fool me and save yourself?
You're not the only one who yearns for freedom, and as trapped as you are. I think we need to leave together.
The princess clutches the blade closer to her chest.
That sounds nice. I'm so tired of the bad blood between us, but it's hard to let it go. You've hurt me.
You've hurt me too.
Her eyes dart away from yours for a brief moment.
And I've also hurt you.
Is there nothing I can say to change your mind?
I don't know. What can either of us really say at this point? How can we trust something as hollow as words?
She's right, there's nothing left to say. So let's get a move on and do something before she comes up with a scheme to get out of here on her own. Careful with that one. He's not the smooth negotiator he thinks he is. But it does feel like we're stuck until we do something. If there's even anything to do besides make things worse. We're not making things worse. I think she wants to trust us.
And I want to trust her. Then maybe it's past time for either of us to say anything. All that counts is action.
You reach towards her bloodied hands, laying your palm on her trembling fingers. For a moment, she clutches it even tighter, her knuckles going white with the effort. But then the tension fades. Her grip finally loosens and she allows you to take the weapon. You carefully pull it free from the thorns, though they scrape at your skin, leaving red trickles of fresh blood all along your arms.
I'll be damned. She really gave it to us.
She really did.
It feels like it's been so long since we've held real power in our hands. I wonder what we should do with it.
Save the princess?
We free her, obviously. It's the right thing to do.
Giga Chad hero. That's why they call him the hero.
I think you're right. She's as much a victim in all of this as we've been. Besides, It would really stick it to him to free her.
That too.
Or, hear me out, we slay her. Right here, right now. She's never been so helpless, and if we don't take advantage of that, we may never get another chance.
No.
That sounds like a splendid idea. You should listen to him.
We've all said our piece. Now it's time to make our move. It's 2 against 1.
Yeah.
It's 2 against 2.
I make the deciding choices here.
You don't count.
Ooh, that was deliberate.
And why shouldn't he count?
Because he's clearly not one of us.
That segregation.
That doesn't matter. He's been with us the whole time. He should get a say.
Well, I mean, I still get the deciding choice.
So, did you mean it? Or was I a fool to hand my life to you?
Cut her free.
Yes, what a good idea. Let's cut her free.
You bastard, just... I hate you.
Oh, so you're suddenly team free her? You can't just switch sides as soon as we make a decision. I can do whatever I want, and I believe with my whole heart that this is the right course of action. Let's free this princess.
Right.
Even if he'll stick a knife in our back as soon as he has the opportunity, it's still better to have him nominally on our side. At least that gets him to shut up for a while.
That too.
See? We're all friends here, united in our actions and intentions. Yeah, united. But the other one has a point. If it keeps you quiet, sure, we're all friends. You take the blade to the thorny vines imprisoning the princess, and she flinches, relaxing only slightly as the blade slices into the thick vegetation rather than her arm. And she flinches again as the last of the vines is cut away, as if, after all of that, she's still expecting you to turn on her and stab her in the heart.
Why are the
You're
vines?
not going to do that, are you? Still, all it would take is a single slip of the blade.
Why are the vines bleeding?
Is that really all you've got, threatening us with an accidental misstep? I expected more from you. Our blade didn't even waver when he said that. Yeah, you're right, he's a bit of a nobody, isn't he? Good thing I've been on your side of all this since the beginning.
Right. Since the beginning.
The princess falls into your arms, tears streaking down her cheeks. I can't believe you're making me describe this. I hate you.
Mutual.
You actually meant it. You rescued me.
Of course I did.
She smiles, her hand slipping into yours, and the two of you rush to the basement stairs.
Shameful, really, that the same thorns that so graciously allowed you downstairs are now blocking your only way out.
Oh, you snake.
You're getting desperate, aren't you? Even more proof that you can't actually do anything to stop us. We cut through those other vines just fine. They're only thorns. I'm not afraid of getting a few scrapes.
That too.
I'm not even sure we need to do any cutting. We can just move them out of the way. What a pathetic showing, really.
A few pointy sticks can't keep us down here. We're both meant for so much more than this.
Stepping through the thorns.
As you step into the thorns covering the basement stairs, they yield.
Take that, narrator.
Both you and the princess ascend the stairs without obstacle. This is unacceptable. The second you step out of this cabin with her, the world ends. Do you hear me? What did the world ever do to you to deserve this?
It feels so good to hear you say that you're admitting you've lost and we've bested you at your own game at last. I don't care what happens now. That's all I've wanted.
You and the princess hesitate at the cabin door. This is your last chance.
We've already made our decision.
Will it give me the choice, though?
We're finally leaving here together, aren't we? And all we had to do was trust each other. It wasn't easy, but I'm glad we finally could.
No, they didn't even give me a choice of slaying her, even though I have the blade. Step into your freedom.
Hands clasped, the two of you open the door and step out into a new day, you irredeemable murderers.
What do we do now?
Well, we can do a lot.
Where's everything going? Why is it so cold?
We'll be fine. You do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
It's going to be okay. Just trust me. We've been here before, and you always get scared.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. It's going to do something to us. I can feel it.
It's fine.
They think it's bad. I'm with them.
I'll see you on the other side. It's going to be okay.
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you. So, this is all going to work out?
Surely.
Finally! We're going places.
Approach the mirror. You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. You're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've unraveled. You find yourself in a long quiet once again. You're at the cabin. Approach her.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. I am curious to see what it means for us to know it.
Do you think there are people out there?
It doesn't matter if there are. People are too small for us. You and I are the only things that interest me.
Well, thanks. Everything you say feels like a riddle. Can you give me a single straight answer?
I'm sorry. Words are difficult for me. They never fully weave what I wish to say. If you do not like my answers, then you need not ask me questions. The vessels you choose to bring me carry far more meaning than anything words could say in the spaces between.
Do you think that anything is real out there? Do you think that we're real?
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something, but nothing cannot exist on its own, and because of that, nothing can't exist.
What? Do you have any thoughts on this vessel?
This one yearns for connection she feels she doesn't deserve. Even when shown compassion, she hid herself away. She will make for a cautious heart. Do not mourn her. She isn't alone anymore.
Do you know what's going to happen when you awaken?
If I did, I would already be awake.
No? That's when you send me back. I'm not alone. there are voices that speak to me. Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. I call him the narrator. He wants me to kill you. Do you have a narrator? Have the vessels had one?
No, their minds are empty, existent, but constantly shifting into something new. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
Well, he's the first to leave. He does. He does. And when I find him, you and I are finally going to have answers.
Do not look to one who fears me for your truth. The only answers worth knowing are those we can find within ourselves.
How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
One. Whatever you bring me next will be enough, and then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular, a final multitude.
This is the last time. Is there anything you'd like me to bring you?
These gifts are a conversation, and each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing I want to see is what you choose for me when the thread is fully drawn.
This is the last stage before your completion. Then I'm not going back. I'm just going to stay here. Do I want us like that? Sure.
You've already tried waiting, but I understand if you need more time. I'll wait with you.
There's the option wait. But I assume that will just lead to nothing. Like, I'll just wait. There's no waiting forever. Oh. That, okay, not even that long. I'm ready to go back.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are.
Huh. Is that really so good?
I will be here, waiting for you.
Everything goes dark and you die. Chapter 1, Hero and the Princess, a thorny vessel.
You're on a path in the wood.
Alright, so since she said that this will be, that this is the last path we can see, I guess I'll keep this save file and I'll just showcase the other routes that I have missed, because there is probably a couple, and when I'm ready to, yeah, I'll do the ending, maybe not today, so yeah, shorter one, but the next Say the Princess video will have the ending. Because I don't know how long the ending will be, and that is why I wanna keep as much recording time as I can, because I really only have an hour left, and just wanna, you know, I'll see y'all next time. Really hope you enjoyed, and if you made it this far, thank you.